So AMBIT is a mentalization-based approach for teams in a variety of settings who work with high-risk young people who have multiple complex problems and who have a poor relationship to help. Those young people who are sometimes referred to as the hard to reach. So far, at the time of making this video, we've trained in excess of 90 teams in the UK and around the world.
On the screen now is a picture of the AMBIT wheel. This is a picture of the AMBIT model, and we will describe this in more detail in a minute. For now, just notice that mentalizing is at the centre of the wheel and it is central to the AMBIT model. So what is the meaning of this word mentalizing? So mentalizing is a form of imaginative mental activity, namely perceiving and interpreting human behaviour in terms of needs, desires, feelings, beliefs, goals, purposes and reasons. So it's about how you use your understanding of thoughts and feelings to make sense of behaviour in social relationships.
Mentalizing is something that all of you do already. It's the activity that's happening in your mind when you're trying to make sense of your own behaviour. And it's the same activity that's happening in your mind when you're trying to make sense of another's behaviour in terms of what's going on for them in their mind.
The human capacity to mentalise oneself or another person is fragile and can be easily disrupted when in states of stress. As stress levels increase, mentalising decreases. You will see that inhibition of the capacity to mentalise is not something that just happens to our clients. It happens to workers too. When mentalising decreases, it makes it very difficult to understand and make sense of behaviour. When this happens, relationships come under strain and can break down.
We haven't got time to describe the whole model here in detail, but we can give a brief overview. As John's just said, our capacity to mentalise is diminished in times of stress. And the work with young people with complex problems is stressful, it's anxiety provoking, and that's one of the main assumptions of AMBIT. And so AMBIT is interested in how do we maintain our own capacity to keep mentalising and create a team culture of actively supporting one another's mentalising. How do we use a mentalising stance in our work with clients and promote their mentalising? How do we make sense of and help young people to make sense of the complex networks of professionals that often organise themselves around our clients? And how do we, if you like, keep on mentalising the team mind? How can teams create a culture where it's possible to keep learning and to find that balance between evidence-based practice on the one hand and your local expertise about what you know works well in your team, in your area, with your client group?
There is emerging evidence for the mentalization-based models, and here are a few publications where further information can be found. We also encourage you to go to the website tiddlymanuals.com and follow the links to AMBIT. There you will find the AMBIT Wiki Manual, which contains a wealth of further information on this approach to helping high-risk, non-help-seeking young people.